Welcome back to another First and the 15th hosted by myself, Damelari. Today we're going to be talking about Prince. In an era marked by hyper individualism, supplication and admiration, offers an ancient countercultural truth, and that truth begins with surrender. Reality just is more than a painting, it's an imprint of what it feels like to be in the flow, created in a burst of pure instinct. Preacher choir congregation is a visual philosophy on sacrifice and solidarity. Breaking past limiters is a study in emotional gravity and how connection both lifts and weighs us down. Remember, rent is also always rent is always due. Minutes to do that. Let's see if I can do this. The painting that you've all been waiting for. This is Preacher Choir Congregation. Come to the front, anybody that loves this painting as much as I do, because this is one of the the day that I let go of this painting is actually gonna be such a peak day. The day that somebody buys it, I just want it to go to a good home, man. I want Preacher Choir Congregation to go to a good home. Bro. No, man. It's one of them ones. Alright, let's go. So yeah, when bro falls rising. Another name for this painting is bro, broski, brother, sis, sister and sister, sorority, fraternity, fellowship. The three-man cell that can take care of each other and help each other, each taking turns to be the choir, the preacher and the congregation. So this painting reminds me of, paintings of the denial of Peter, the betrayal of Christ, and John the Baptist, right? The expression of those actions gave way to understanding how to keep your brother. Being your brother's keeper. I think that comes from the Bible. I have two other brothers, right? I have two other brothers. And my family don't mind being on my social media, but I don't share them on my social media, mainly because I've been public for so long that I've had people that aren't like my family follow me for so long that I felt weird sharing my family on there. So no one really knows my family on social media, but that notwithstanding, the point is that we were all raised to look after one another. Like, if I'm going outside, take your brother outside. If my other brother's going outside, take your brother outside. We were all supposed to support and guide one another, back each other. If your brother gets into altercation, you have to have him. Because now it's your fault. Do you know what I mean? That's how I was raised. It was really like that. And if me and him will get into an altercation, we'll be mad at each other, but bro, we're still living in the same house, so we had to get over that. And that product became, regardless of whether I'm feeling happy, sad or indifferent about my family, I have to understand that I'm always there for them because they're always there for me, and that is the duty that we have unto each other. And as I'm on my journey, and especially on the path to gain true enlightenment, one can only pray for people who are supposed to be in your life and keep them there. And ensuring that the people that you want in your life are actually there. Bro, that was so deep. I have to say it again. Ensuring that the people that you want in your life are actually there. You know what I mean, fam? Golly. So yeah, we can try to take from this all we want, but the greatest things are gifted to us are for free, and companionship is major to me. I care about culture, I care about camaraderie, and with my friends, we would hold each other accountable, and I will always do whatever I can to ensure that we was always on the same level, keeping up with one another, developing who we were supposed to be, sometimes even to my own detriment. There was a time where I was outside of uni and I was like, yo, I had this thought in my head. It was a crazy thought. It was absolutely insane. But I really was like, yo, I'm making bread, but my bros ain't making bread. Should I just quit my job so that we can all be broke together? I was a fifth broke friend. Yo, you know them ones where it's like, yo, if you hang around five broke people, you'll be the sixth, or if you hang around four broke people, you'll be the fifth. Victim, victim. You know, I got out of that like toxic mentality, but you know what I'm saying? It's like that's only me being analogous to and obviously this is an allegory and an analogy to understanding that like, yo, when I said when bro falls rising, I meant that. It's like, yo, it's not about, yo, this boy, this girl, you know, they're down. Let me get down into the barrel with them. It's like, let me pull them up. Or let me even just keep my seatbelt on. Sometimes you're the congregation. Sometimes you're the congregation. Sometimes you're the preacher. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you're the choir. Sometimes you know what I'm saying? I don't even know which one's which anymore. Is that the preacher? Is that the choir? Is that the congregation? Preacher, choir, I don't know, man. Sometimes you're one or all of them. Anyway, man. But yeah, if bro falls, rise him. If bro falls, rise him. That was gonna be the name of that painting, you know. But I wanted something more poetic. And I wanted something that was like less masculine orientated. I wanted something that was relatable whether you were a man or not. So yeah. Let's run through this though. I sacrificed a lot of money, and I say that with no ill intent. I sacrificed a level of pay that I would have based on being around certain people. And I learned this from no one. And what I also learned is that no one's coming to save me. If I decide to be the fifth broke friend, none of them are coming to save me. Hilarious. If you want to be fun, we can get hilarious. Yo. The necessary thing for me is that from my own sacrifice and self-sacrifice, I learned that no one's coming to save me. And, you know, it may seem counterintuitive, or maybe it's very intuitive, right? Culture and camaraderie isn't just what I would do or what I would like it in terms of understanding me and in terms of doing what's necessary. The necessary thing for me to do is to know when I'm the preacher, when I'm the congregation, when I'm the choir. Sometimes I'm preaching about all sorts of self-development. Sometimes I'm learning about from my friend of how to develop as a man and a businessman. And sometimes I'm echoing the sentiments of my friends because that is what they live by. And I wholeheartedly agree. I'm the preacher, choir, and congregation. I'm acknowledging how we fulfill ourselves with community, for better or for worse. I care so much about community. Sometimes I listen like I'm the congregation. Sometimes I live and be as the individual who is being preached to. And sometimes I'm making someone listen to me. Willingly, of course, you know, with consent. The keeper has felt responsible for others, often to their own detriment. They resonate with sacrificial leadership. The witness, moved by art, that explores humanity, dignity, kinship, and self reflection. The believer, not necessarily religious, but reverent, they see art as liturgy, ritual, and healing. Preacher choir congregation is a visual philosophy on sacrifice and solidarity. Paint and duty, painted with emotional depth and storytelling that is supposed to be intimate. It's a social construct. You know what I mean? Having the depth of like scripture or hadith, and being an allegory, just like in all storytelling and things of that nature. This piece is for those who know that true camaraderie, true culture, and the strongest structures are those that are built on fellowship. Whether you're hanging around in this sanctuary, study, or salon, it becomes a reminder that holding each other is the real art form. So, wherever this is, wherever, when you buy a preacher choir congregation, you know that like it is about society, it's about togetherness, it's about the people that we love, it's about friendship, it's about all of those things.